Welcome to Modern Wounds. I'm Blaze Hunter, and tonight we're diving into a story that has shaken the political heartbeat of America. A leader once hailed as a voice of truth, now questioned, criticized, and condemned. But here on Modern Wounds, we go beyond the headlines to the human beneath the chaos. If you believe that every story deserves to be heard, hit that like button, share this episode, and stay till the end. Because what you'll hear tonight might just change how you see leadership. My guest tonight is Kara Porter. Kara, welcome to Modern Wounds.
Thank you, Blaze. It's strange being here. I've done countless interviews, but this feels different. It's not about saving face, it's about facing myself.
Let's start there. When the debate happened, the moment that went viral, what were you really feeling?
Put out. Even if it burned. Fear, anger, exhaustion. I'd been holding my breath for months, balancing between who I was and who I was supposed to be. That debate, it was supposed to be a performance, but I couldn't fake it anymore. I looked at my opponent, I listened to lies dressed as policy, and I broke. I didn't plan it. I just let the triumph with it.
Do you regret it?
Sometimes, not for what I said, but for how I said it. I let emotion lead, and in politics, emotion is treated like a disease. But I wasn't angry for myself. I was angry for everyone who's tired of watching justice move slower than pain.
Did your care? The media called it a meltdown. Some even said it ate her. They said she was dead. Her name wiped from the system, her files burned, her grave sealed under a false name. But tonight, she's sitting here, alive, breathing, and ready to tell the story America buried. Welcome to Modern Wounds. I'm Blaze Hunter, and across from me sits the woman they once called Raven Steele, the soldier who lived in shadows and died in silence.
It's strange, Blaze. You spend your life hiding behind other names, and when you finally hear your own again, it feels like a lie.
Then maybe let's start there. Raven, who are you really? And how does someone become a ghost the world can't remember?
It starts simple. A recruiter, a contract, a promise. They show you a flag, talk about honor, tell you you're special. They don't tell you you'll never come home again. I was 22. I thought I was serving my country. What I didn't realize was I was selling my soul.
And they trained you for what exactly? You weren't a regular soldier, were you?
No, we were something else. They called us echo units. No identity, no family, no trace. We lived under fake passports, slept under borrowed names. Our orders came through voices we never saw. And when missions ended, so did people. We were weapons, not human.
Tell me about the first time you realized what that really meant, that you were no longer free.
It was during a mission in Cairo. We were told to extract a target. A scientist, they said, was selling data to terrorists. When we got to him, he was holding his daughter, a little girl, maybe 8. Command said, remove the liability. We all knew what that meant. I hesitated for 2 seconds, just 2, and the man next to me pulled the trigger. After that, I stopped asking questions.
How do you even live with that, Raven, knowing that loyalty cost you your conscience?
You don't live with it. You carry it, like a scar nobody sees but you. Every mission was supposed to save lives, but we lost a piece of ourselves every time.
There are whispers, Raven, about a mission that went bad. An operation in Eastern Europe that was erased from the record. Was that you?
Yeah, Operation Cold Veil. They sent us to secure intel from a facility buried under the snow, but we were never supposed to come back. Our coordinates were leaked. The enemy was waiting before we even landed. It wasn't an ambush. It was a setup. Half my team was gone in the first 10 minutes. The rest, they burned when the fuel tanks blew. I crawled through fire, frostbite eating my hands, and when I woke up, I was in a morgue bag.
Wait, you woke up in a morgue bag?
Yeah, cold, zipped, suffocating. I clawed my way out before they buried me. They thought Raven Steele was dead, so I became what they wanted me to be, a ghost.
For 6 years, you stayed invisible. Where did you go?
Everywhere and nowhere. Russia, Turkey, Syria, sometimes inside my own head. I was doing work no one could trace, sometimes for the same people who left me to die. They'd call, give me a name, a target, a reason that sounded noble, but there was no nobility left in it. I was killing for silence.
And how many times did you tell yourself it was for the greater good?
Every time. That's how you survive, by pretending the cause is worth the blood. But deep down, I knew I wasn't protecting freedom. I was protecting the people who profited from it.
Raven, when you looked through that scope, did you ever see a face you recognized?
Once. He was my mentor. The man who trained me, protected me, the only one who ever called me by my real name. They told me he turned traitor. When I found him, he didn't even fight. He just said, "Now you know how it feels to be the villain." I pulled the trigger, and everything inside me broke.
They trained you to lie, kill, and vanish, but did they ever teach you how to live again?
No one teaches you that. They don't expect you to live. You're just supposed to disappear quietly, into statistics, into shadows, into graves that don't have names.
There's something you're not saying, something deeper. What really broke you, Raven?
It wasn't death. It was the silence after it. Coming home and realizing the world moved on, that the people you died for don't even know your name. That's the real war, trying to remember who you were before they erased you.
We're going to take a short pause, but if you're watching this right now, don't go anywhere. You haven't heard the half of it. Raven Steele isn't done yet, and the next part of her story might change everything you thought you knew about loyalty. You said they erased you, but someone had to give that order. Who wanted you gone, Raven?
The same people who built me. It started in a program called Heiress Division. They wanted soldiers who could vanish off-grid. No fingerprints, no DNA records, no emotions. We were perfect until we started asking why. And once you ask that question in the system, you become the threat.
We're going to take a short pause, but if you're watching this right now, don't go anywhere. You haven't heard the half of it. Raven Steele isn't done yet, and the next part of her story might change everything you thought you knew about loyalty. You said they erased you, but someone had to give that order. Who wanted you gone, Raven?
The same people who built me. It started in a program called Heiress Division. They wanted soldiers who could vanish off-grid. No fingerprints, no DNA records, no emotions. We were perfect until we started asking why. And once you ask that question in the system, you become the threat.
So you were targeted by your own government?
Not officially. Officially, I never existed. Unofficially, I was labeled containment liability. That's code for eliminate quietly, deny everything. They sent a strike team for me, my own brothers, men I trained, bled, and almost died beside.
And you didn't see it coming?
No. They invited me to a debriefing. Smiles, laughter, bourbon on the table. And then I saw the laser dots on my chest. I flipped the table before the shot started, but I still took one in the side. That night, I killed 3 of them. The others ran. That was the day I buried the soldier and became the ghost.
And all this time, no one helped? No one from the agency? Nothing?
Help? That word doesn't exist in that world, Blaze. You're useful or you're disposable. I was no longer useful.
Then why come forward now? Why risk everything just to sit in this chair?
Because silence is another kind of death. I've been invisible for 6 years, watching, waiting, hoping that one day someone would give a damn about the truth. But the truth won't wait forever. The program is still running, Blaze. They're still recruiting kids who think they're serving justice. I want them to know what they're really signing up for. A one-way contract with hell.
You said something earlier, that the mission in Eastern Europe wasn't the last one, that you did more work after that. What was your final mission, Raven?
It wasn't for the military. It was personal. Someone leaked intel about a bioweapon operation in Nevada, something buried under a research lab near Groom Lake. It wasn't foreign. It was ours. I infiltrated it myself, just me, no backup. What I found wasn't just a weapon. It was a control experiment. They were testing a serum that could erase empathy, literally turn people into machines that obey without conscience.
Wait, are you saying the U.S. government was experimenting on soldiers' minds?
Not just minds, souls. They wanted obedience without morality. I saw soldiers shooting civilians in simulated tests, laughing while they did it. They called it emotional calibration. When I tried to destroy the data, they sent drones after me. That's when I realized this wasn't a secret war. This was the future.
And you got out with proof?
Thought I did. I had a drive, full of everything. Names, codes, experiments, kill lists. But when I went to expose it, it was already gone, wiped remotely. They were always one step ahead.
So why not disappear again? Why not go dark like before?
Because I'm done running. I'm done being their ghost. I've lived too long with blood on my hands, and I'm not dying a liar. If they want me, they can find me, but they'll have to face me this time.
Raven, you understand the risk of saying this on air. They could be watching right now.
They always are. But the thing about ghosts, Blaze, you can't kill what's already dead.
What would you say if one of those kids you mentioned was watching right now? Someone who dreams of joining, of serving, of being a hero.
I tell them this. You can serve your country without selling your soul. You can fight for freedom without becoming a prisoner of it. Don't let them turn your heart into hardware, because once they do, you'll never hear it beat the same way again.
You sound like someone who's already made peace with dying.
No, Blaze. I've made peace with living, finally, on my own term.
If someone came through that door right now, armed, ready to end this, would you regret coming here?
Not for a second. At least this time, the world would know why I disappeared.
And maybe they'll finally remember your name.
Or maybe they'll just remember the story. Sometimes that's enough.
If you've been watching this far, then you've just heard something most people never will. This isn't fiction. This is one woman's truth, a truth buried under secrecy and sacrifice. If her story moved you, share it. Let people hear what others tried to silence. And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe. Because tomorrow, another voice, another wound, another story that refuses to die. This is Modern Wounds, and I'm Blaze Hunter. Raven, you said they could be watching. What if they already are?
Oh, Blaze, they've been watching since the moment I said heirs division. They always listen first. Then they decide whether to erase you or remind you who you belong to.
And you still came here, knowing that one word could trigger them?
I came because there's something they don't know, something they can't control anymore.
And what's that?
I'm not the only one. There are others, off the grid. Operatives who disappeared before they were burned. They've been waiting for someone to strike first. And tonight, Blaze, we just did.
You mean this broadcast?
Isn't just airing live. It's being mirrored through dark channels, encrypted servers across Europe and Asia. Even if they shut us down now, the story is already out. The files, the proof, the coordinates, it's all buried inside the upload you released 5 minutes ago.
Wait, what? You used my broadcast system?
You wanted the truth. Now it's everywhere.
A target. Raven, you just made me.
You already were, the moment you gave people a voice. Modern Wounds doesn't just tell stories, it uncovers them. You think they haven't noticed? You've been shaking walls since day one.
I was hoping for a quiet show tonight.
There's no quiet in Truth Blaze, just echoes that never stop.
Raven, what's happening?
They found the stream. We have maybe 3 minutes before they shut it all down.
Then tell the people watching what they need to know right now.
Okay, listen closely. If anyone out there served under a name that wasn't theirs, if you remember missions that never existed, if you wake up at 3 a.m. hearing voices that were trained into you, you were part of Eris Division. You're not crazy, you're programmed, and they still own you until you fight back.
How can they fight something this big, Raven?
By remembering, by telling their story. Every truth spoken out loud breaks one more chain. They built an army of silence, Blaze, but silence dies the moment one person speaks.
Raven, the signal's fading.
Then this is my last message. To every soldier who was told to forget, don't. To every mother who never got an answer, keep asking. And to the men behind the curtain watching this right now, you made me a ghost. Now I'm haunting you.
Raven? Raven, stay with me.
They can take the signal. They can take the network, but they can't take this moment.
Raven, stay with me. Blaze, we're not broadcasting anymore. It's looping. What the hell? If you just saw what I saw, don't forget her. Because she didn't vanish, she was erased. And every erased name deserves to be spoken once more. This is why Modern Wounds exists, to give ghosts like her a voice again. If this story hits you, don't scroll past. Share it. Talk about it. Because silence is how the monsters win.
Raven Steel, if you're still out there, thank you.